Labour Party sacks EXCOs, inaugurates caretaker committee. All the parties in Edo State get problem. PDP is having problem. It's divided. It's a divided house. APC almost the same thing. Now APC is even better. Labour Party's own is out of hand now. So the Edo State Labour Party chapter executive officers have been removed and sacked and now replaced with caretaker committee. What is the problem? What is your problem, Labour Party? Let's get into the details. The crisis rocking the Edo State chapter of the Labour Party ahead of the September 21, 2024 governorship election remains unabated as the jealous ABURE-LED national leadership of the party sacked the state executive led by Kelly Ogbaloi. Now, wow. So ABURE national executive is sacking the state executive. So Daily Post reports that the national leadership then appointed Elizabeth Ativie, the former Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, as the head of a 17-man caretaker committee. So the Deputy National Chairman of the party, Dr. Ayo Olorunfemi, inaugurated the committee on Monday in a hotel in Benin City. So Olorunfemi also named Ken Umusi, the suspended state youth leader of the party, who had earlier in the month purportedly sacked the state executive and appointed himself the acting chairman, a member of the committee as well. Can you imagine? So while inaugurating the committee, Olorunfemi said the new leadership of the party in the state came on board due to the expiration of the tenure of the Ogbaloi-led Executive Council, which ended in April 2024. Okay? So he said the caretaker committee is expected to take charge of the affairs of the party until a fresh Congress is conducted to elect new executives. So he said Mrs. Elizabeth Ativie was appointed as the chairman of the committee due to her positive and result-oriented track record so far in all the political positions. So he called for unity in the state or in the party and assured that the party would be more united in Edo State with the Ativie-led committee. So in her acceptance remarks, the acting chairman of the party, Mrs. Elizabeth Ativie, who commended the national leadership of the party for finding her worthy of the position, promised to move the party to a higher level in the state. Ativie, who also promised to reconcile all aggrieved parties of the members of the party, added that a reconciliation team would be set up to resolve all pending issues. So when contacted, the embattled Kelly Ogbaloi, the sacked chairman of the party, said his executives are not aware of any changes in leadership in the state. Bagam. Ogbaloi, so he's not aware of any change in leadership, so meaning that he's still there. The question is that what do they get? Once they sack you, you go. What do they get fighting to remain there? ABURE is fighting to remain national chairman. This one is fighting to remain state chairman. They say your tenure had expired since April. And the executive had the power to remove you and put the caretaker committee pending when another Congress is held for replacement. And they are saying you are not aware of any change in leadership in the state. Now, wow. So according to him, we are not aware that the Edo State Labour Party executive has been dissolved because there is a process to all of this. No one man can just wake up one day and remove a structure that has been in existence. Exactly. So that's a very, very big question. If there is a process that is required for the dissolution, was the process followed? Those are the questions. So ABURE also need to look at that. It's not just to stay in Abuja and issue instruction and say, remove them. You are no more there. Caretaker committee has been replaced, has replaced you. Is that the process? If you are not ready to do Congress, why not sit and follow the constitutional way, that is the party's constitutional way of changing leadership? It has to be followed. And I'm sure there also have to be a Congress for that effect. It's not what 2 or 3 people will stay in an office and make decision about. That's what I think. So it was agreed that the EXCOs should be allowed to prosecute the state election, after which Congress can follow. So Daily Post records that last Friday, the Kelly Ogbaloi-led state executive suspended Julius ABURE as the national chairman of the party. I can see where the wahala is. There's rivalry now. So the Ogbaloi group, first of all, started the wahala, staying in Edo State, and then sacking the national chairman of the Labour Party, ABURE, because ABURE is from Edo State. So meanwhile, a letter signed by Julius ABURE said the new executives of the party are expected to work in conjunction with the party's governorship candidate, Olumide AKPATA, towards ensuring victory at the governorship election. Now, what for Labour Party? So there are three things here. One is TĽòÀBØÈS-led leadership of Edo chapter that first of all sacked ABURE National Executive Council leadership from Abuja. Now, to follow up that, the national chairman ABURE has now issued a letter instructing that the current leadership under TĽòÀBØÈS is sacked because their tenure had expired in April and there has not been any congress to elect new leadership. So there's need for the Caretaker Committee to run the affairs of the state chapter. Okay? This is not easy. And now the state chapter under TĽòÀBØèS is saying that they are not aware of any change in leadership, because if there's need to change leadership, there's a party constitutional way or process of doing that. That due process has not been followed, and so as far as they are concerned, they are still in power. This is serious. I am telling you, what is happening in Labour Party is like magic, is game. But no one use them. All Nigerian politicians have one thing in common. Okay, they are all not trustworthy. That is it. Those state chapter of Labour Party allow themselves to be used because of greed. That is another thing again. So now there's more to it than meet the eyes in this Edo State chapter of Labour Party. So only God knows why these are going the way it's going from national level. But again, I pity the party, not the small thing. So the party now is scattered. The new group under Dr. Elizabeth, who was former member of the State House of Assembly, is now in charge. And the TĽòÀBØèS group, who have been deposed now, it's just like the state of the local government chairman in what did they call it? In which state again? Yeah, in a river state, where the local government chairman said they will not go even when their tenure expires. Meanwhile, states like Kogi and Imo are running their local government with caretaker committees, and the chairmen are no more there because their time had expired and they are gone. So that is what is happening in those state chapter of the Labour Party. The confusion is still on, and the fight is between the ABURE-led National Executive Council of the Labour Party and the TĽòÀBØèS-led State Executive of the Labour Party as well. So now they have two executives now in Edo State. One is the real Labour Party executive under TĽòÀBØèS. The other one is the new Caretaker Committee under Dr. Elizabeth. Only God knows who is who now. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment over this Edo State Labour Party Wahala.